The illusion of progress, 99 years of wisdom. You are looking at a man who stood on the vantage point of a century. Charlie Munger lived for 99 years, witnessing the rise and fall of empires, the birth of the internet, and the total transformation of human labor. He didn't reach that age by being a frantic hustler. He wasn't a man who valued being busy. In fact, he despised it. He reached the end of his life with a clear mind because he understood a secret that most of us are too distracted to see. We are working ourselves into a prison of our own making. Look at your life today. You are faster than your parents were. You have access to more information in your pocket than a king had 100 years ago. You have AI to write your emails, apps to track your sleep, and software to optimize your every move. By every modern definition, you are a masterpiece of efficiency. And yet, when you lay your head down at night, there is a hollow ache. You feel stuck. You feel like you are sprinting on a track that has no finish line. You are earning more, but you have less. You are more connected, but you feel more alone. This is the great modern paradox. Never in history have we possessed so many tools to save time, and never in history has time felt so scarce. Charlie Munger's 99 years of experience tells us that this is not an accident. This is a design flaw in the modern script. This is not a video about getting motivated to work harder. Hard work is not the problem, misdirected energy is. If you are running at 100 miles per hour in the wrong direction, speed is not your friend, it is your enemy. As Munger often implied, progress without a rational destination isn't growth. It's just a faster way to reach a cliff. Modern society functions on a growth at all costs model. It hands you a script before you are old enough to question it. Study, compete, climb, consume, repeat. We treat this like a sacred contract. We trade our youth for a career, our health for a mortgage, and our presence for a pension. We keep waiting for the moment when we finally become free. But Munger saw the truth that escapes the average worker. Most people don't become freer as they earn more. They become more entangled. They don't buy freedom, they buy a higher level of complexity. Think about what happens when you succeed in the modern world. You get the promotion. What follows? More emails that require urgent replies. More high-stakes meetings that drain your soul. More subordinates to manage. More expectations to manage. More pressure to maintain a social status that quietly expanded while you weren't looking. You didn't fail at life, you won the game, only to realize the prize was just a heavier set of golden handcuffs. Munger's secret was the opposite. He kept his life intentionally simple so his mind could remain powerful. He knew that if you let your obligations grow as fast as your income, you aren't an investor, you are a high-priced slave to your own overhead. The root of this trap is what Munger called the Lollapalooza effect of envy. He famously said, "The world is not driven by greed, it's driven by envy." Every raise you receive comes with a silent, poisonous whisper. Your neighbor has a Tesla. Your friend just bought a beach house. You deserve an upgrade. None of these choices feel like a disaster. They feel like a reward. But this is where the chain is forged. Lifestyle inflation doesn't arrive as a crisis, it arrives as a convenience. Each upgrade raises the floor of your survival. Soon, your life becomes a system that is too expensive to fail. You aren't chasing a dream anymore, you are just working to service the debt of your current comfort. You are running 100 miles per hour just to stay in the same place. Most lives are not ruined by a single catastrophic explosion. They are eroded, like a rock worn down by a slow, steady drip of water. Munger understood the power of compounding, both for wealth and for misery. Your life is being eroded by the tyranny of small decisions. The subscriptions you forgot to cancel. The convenience of ordering food every night because you're too exhausted to cook. The habit of saying yes to every social invitation because you fear being irrelevant. Each decision is a single thread. It feels thin and breakable. But thousands of these threads, compounded over a decade, build a cage so strong that no amount of money can break you out of it. You don't notice the prison because you were the one who chose the wallpaper. We are a generation obsessed with productivity. We want to do things right. But Munger's wisdom reminds us that it is far more important to do the right things. Charlie famously kept his calendar almost entirely empty. He didn't want to be productive in the way a factory worker is productive. He wanted time to think. Today, we treat a full calendar like a badge of honor. If you aren't stressed, the world thinks you aren't important. But activity without intent is just noise. Productivity has become a drug we take to avoid the realization that we have no clarity. You don't need a new system or a better app. You need the courage to look at your to-do list and realize that 90% of it shouldn't be done at all. The world rewards visible effort, but life and wealth rewards correct direction. This brings us to the hidden cost of our modern convenience. We live in an era of one-click buys and instant gratification. Friction has been removed from our lives. But friction is where character, discipline, and resilience are formed. Convenience is marketed as freedom, but it actually creates fragility. When everything is easy, your effort muscle atrophies. Comfort doesn't ruin you in a day. It softens you slowly over years, until the slightest resistance feels like an unbearable burden. Munger knew that the price of constant comfort is long-term weakness. A man who cannot tolerate boredom or struggle is a man who can be easily controlled by his impulses. So, how do we exit? How do we apply 99 years of rationality to a world gone mad? The answer is not a life hack. It is a fundamental shift in philosophy. It is the path of subtraction. Munger's life was a testament to the rational exit. Less but better. Fewer, higher quality commitments. Deliberate limits on consumption. Progress begins the moment you stop asking, "How can I do more?" and start asking, "What can I live without?" Real wealth is not about the accumulation of objects. It is about the accumulation of optionality. It is the power to say no to a toxic boss. The power to walk away from a bad deal. The power to sit in a quiet room for 4 hours without feeling the itch to check a notification. It is the ability to pause without panic. Charlie Munger lived to be 99 years old to prove one simple, undeniable truth. Success is not about winning the race. It's about realizing that you don't have to run in the same direction as the crowd. Modern life confuses motion with meaning and busyness with value. But true progress is quiet. It reduces complexity. It creates margin. It gives you back the only thing you can never buy more of, your time. Freedom doesn't come from having everything the world says you should want. It comes from needing almost nothing that the world has to sell. If you want to be free, stop running. Look at your direction. And start subtracting until only the truth remains.